loves, we are live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello. Let me pin a comment. Hello, loves. Hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Super excited to have you guys here. Let's light some incense. We'll make it official. Happy Monday night. Happy Monday night, loves. Welcome, everybody. Hi, loves. I see you joining. Welcome to the Moonbabes Monday Night Live. This is Sonia G. We're going to have our cosmic chat tonight and have lots to tell you. Lots of things are happening in our world, in our cosmos, in our universe right now. Hi, loves. Bonjour. I love that. All the way from France. All the way. Hi to all of you all over the world. I have to say, it has been so amazing to receive messages from you all telling me where you're at and your experience in your sides of the world. And it has been incredible also to schedule one-on-ones when I do private sessions and figuring out the time schedules all over the planet. It has been amazing to connect with so many of you all over. Hi, lovelies. Hi, lovelies. Love my hair. Oh, thank you, Judy. It looks awesome. Thank you. It's like we found a new level of freedom. We haven't quite figured out how to work it out yet, but I'm liking it. All right, lovelies. Set an intention. Let's do this thing. Okay, this is clearing incense. Take a deep breath. Exhale. One more time. Inhale really big, all the way to your heart. Hold the breath in your heart, hold the breath in your heart, and then exhale, push it all the way down. Connect to the heart of the earth. All the way down through the layers of the earth. Connect heart to heart with Mother Earth. And then inhale the connection back up to you. Big inhale all the way up to your heart. Connecting light to light, love to love, higher vibrational frequency. And set an intention. I'm going to light this incense. Here we are. Set an intention to receive messages that need to be received, clear things that need to be cleared, for guidance to come through for you specifically tonight. And let's do this. Beautiful. All right, lovelies. Beautiful, beautiful. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Moonbabes Monday Night Live. It's Sonia G. We're going to talk about what's happening in our cosmic energy right now, and then we're going to answer questions. We're going to take questions, okay? So one thing that I want to tell you, a lot of you are experiencing a lot of, there's a lot of ascension symptoms. Outside of, let's not talk about what's happening in our world so much in terms of the things that everybody's talking about. We're going to talk about the other things that people are not talking about, okay? So in terms of what is happening energetically, a lot of people are feeling ascension symptoms, different stuff. It's like energetic surgery is happening inside of us, in our bodies. And always remember that it is available to you to integrate higher energy directly into your body so that you don't have to feel the crazy ascension symptoms, okay? So you have to let go of density inside of your cells, release the wounds, the traumas, the hang-ups, the guilt, the fears, the anxiety. Let all that go. That's dense. That's density, okay? Those are lower vibrational feelings. Let those go. Bring in the light. Bring in the light. If you know how to astral travel, if you've taken my courses, you can choose always, at any time, any of the astral travel meditations that get you to the Great Central Sun, or depending on the theme that we did for that specific meditations, get yourself to higher grounds, meaning get yourself to the astral planes where there is a higher frequency that you can pull down and integrate. Bring it down physically, okay? You can travel the length of your energy, of your energetic body, and pull through your own self the information, the knowledge, and the energy that is needed inside of your physical body. Okay? This being said, what's happening now is we are merging multidimensionally. So there is a merge that is happening with the planet, with Mother Earth. If you go outside and look at Earth, outside of our, that's what I mean by go outside. If you go astral project yourself to where you can look at the Earth, okay, like Earth in front view, you will see that the Earth has like these fluorescent tubes that are going through. And what's happening is the integration of, and they're beautiful, sparkly light. The integration is coming in just like we are integrating our multidimensional lives, our multidimensional aspects of ourselves. It's happening for Mother Earth too. And so you can go and look at it and you can see, look with your third eye, okay, and you can actually see that she's pulling in the same way that we are. We have to integrate across time and space and planes of existences. This is why so many ascension symptoms are happening so intensely, and people are experiencing these feelings like crown chakra getting like ripped open, pillars of light being installed, because if you haven't done it yet, it has to be like right now. It has to be, there's like no more time. So then it's happening in a way that's like abrupt, okay? So if it's happening abruptly, don't freak out, work with it. Stop allowing it to be a passive process of ascension. Get into it, okay? Lean into it, go there, make it happen, take charge of the energy. Go into the energy, learn how to work with it inside of you. Talk to the people that are showing up, right? To the lights that you're seeing around you, your guardian angels, like your people that are showing up. There's so much I can tell you. Obviously, I teach courses around these things, but I'm telling you the bullet points so that like you can work on this stuff too by yourself. It's not like you have to take my courses. I just teach you how to do it in depth. But these are the things that are happening right now that you want to be able to do. You have to be able to do, okay? So we are beyond starseeds, light workers. We are beyond our family dramas. Know that now. That shit has to be done. It's resolved. The chapter was closed with these 10 days post-equinox. If you didn't do that, do it now. Like, do it ASAP. Like, resolve guilt. Resolve, things that you feel like, whatever you feel like you have energy that is unresolved about, go and resolve it now, okay? Hurts, pains, guilt, resentments, whatever the hell. If you were leaving the planet tomorrow, what would you need to be resolved today in order to feel good, to feel like, I left Earth feeling amazing? And I'm not saying this is going to happen, but I'm saying that gives you that perspective, right? To get into that perspective of what kind of things do I actually need to be resolved? I don't know. Is there somebody that you said something to and you feel guilty about? Is there somebody that you feel like you should have said something to and you didn't? Is there a person that you need to resolve any kind of energy with? Like all of that stuff. Figure it out. Lock it up. Close it. Put a bow on it. Boom. Okay. Sparkly, shiny. It's done. Then you move over to your generational stuff. Okay, this is the bloodline clearings. This is the stuff of the curses that have come through the ages, through like the times of the witches, through the times of Atlantis, through our bloodlines. This is the stuff like we've passed down, whatever diseases like diabetes and hereditary shit. We've also passed down hereditary issues of like worthiness, not speaking up, all of that stuff. We got to clear all that up. That's number 2. Wrap up your personal, do your family clearings, okay? Has to happen right now. Because then where we're at right now is we're integrating our star system knowledge. So we're going beyond life on Earth. And this is happening now. That's why so many of you feel the pull in so many directions, because it's multidimensional. We're not dealing with linear time anymore. We're not dealing with our linear time on Earth. We're not dealing with our family bloodlines on Earth. We are dealing with multidimensional timelines where we are reconciling information, knowledge, things that happened, traumas even that happened in our lives in the stars before incarnation on earth ever, okay? The wars in heaven, the colonies that happen in different systems, this is all coming up. A lot of us that are incarnated here now have at some point lived through one of the colonies of Lyra. You guys know the Lyrans. The Lyrans are the beings that the ancient Egyptians would depict in their frescoes. What are they called? But even like the statues that look like lions, okay? Those are the Lyrans. And there's a lot of us that tie back to the Lyrans right now. All of the star beings, all of like the Arcturians, the Pleiadians, the Andromedans are even landed. Like the Andromedans are here. That's like a big deal because it's another galaxy. But they hold together, the Andromedans hold together the sound, the energy of the sound that holds together the sacred geometry that is held on Sirius, which puts together the system of Earth. Okay, holds together the construct of Earth in all the dimensions. So I'm not going to get into that now, but that's how that's happening. So they're here. Everyone is here. This is quite the show. No sci-fi movie could even come close. No special effects could come close to the shit that you can see if you go outside, look around planet Earth, look around our galaxy and see what's happening. It's amazing. So our people are here. They are here. They are here. Make sure you're talking to your guys. They're going to make themselves known to you. They have to. Okay. So also, I see a lot of things with that being said. Okay. You're reconciling these things. You're getting to know yourself through time and space and planes of existences in different energy. So it's very important that you recognize this. I see a lot of posts being like around, and I'm going to start addressing these things because I think it's a disservice to everyone, saying like these prayers of help to the angels, okay? Stop being helpless. Stop being hopeless. You work with your team. They work with you, okay? You don't need to like pray them for help and plead and feel helpless and hopeless and give your power away. That's like what the old Catholic Church was teaching people to do, okay? We're not there. We're not doing that. You're taking your power. And so when you have the angels working with you, when you have other entities working with you, you are giving them permission, okay? So make sure that you work with them like they're your team. Get to know them. Get clear on who they are. You're not living in like, I don't know, what do we say? The 20th century anymore? You're living in the 21st century. This is a world of ascension. Get with the fucking program. Oh, let's have some tea. Is this making sense to you guys? Okay. Preach, yes, girl, yes. Okay, I love you guys. Say it again for the people in the back. I love you guys. Oh, these are the best comments. Yes, so much yes. Okay, so we're on the same page. I want to make sure. All right, this is good. So this is what's happening. Now that we've established you need to get to know your team, make sure you're talking to the good guys. Let it be clear that there are good guys and bad guys for every star race. Just like there's good humans and bad humans, okay? The same laws apply. As above, so below. The good guys, the bad guys, right? Serving light, not serving light. Always happens. Always make sure that you're working with the people that are working with the highest truth and light and serving the divine plan. That's your key phrase, okay? Highest truth and light and serving the divine plan. Okay. Carrie says, I love it when she drops the F-bomb. It's been a lot lately. I just edited my latest video, which is it had some hard times uploading to YouTube. I don't think I went too far off, but hopefully we'll get it uploaded today. It's the one that I put on my IGTV today, and I was like, geez, I swear a lot. Like, I really feel strongly about this. That's why the energy comes out so intense and the swear words come out. But I hope you guys feel them in the right way because it's an energy. Okay, so back to what's happening on Earth. The Earth is starting to translate. Oh my gosh, this just did. So pay attention, because if you don't, you're going to get overloaded, okay? Remember how for years we've been downloading light codes? We've been activating our DNA. We've been doing all of these activations, meditations, and we're like, oh, get the light codes. Oh, the light language. Oh, this is happening. This is coming in. Oh my gosh, I need to get like my DNA activation on, clearing, DNA activation, all of that, right? And then I've been telling you, make sure that you deposit it down at the heart of the earth. You have to go all the way down. This is why we connect, just like we did. It's very important at the very beginning of this live. We connect down to the heart of the earth. The earth is your library, is the depository of library of information. So everything that comes through our light pillar, our chakra pillar, goes all the way down to the earth. And then the things that we don't understand, that are not absorbed into an understanding, that we can't translate, all the light knowledge that we're not ready, like it's not firing up codes, it's not translating yet, goes down to the earth, okay? Deposit, deposit, deposit. It's always been like this, like a safety deposit box for the time that the earth was ready to translate. That started today. Today. What day is it? Let's mark it. The 29th of March, 2020. 30th. What? Thank you guys. Thank God the angels keep track of time for me. I can't even. So the 11th day after the spring equinox, okay? As of today, the earth is sending information back, which is amazing, which is like, oh my gosh, the translation is coming through. So when you go down to the earth and then you inhale back up and you connect, because you have to connect two ways, always, okay? Two ways. The information is coming back up. So this is amazing. This is like, oh my gosh, we're here to witness this. We're getting information from the earth. It's actually like coming online, because the earth is also in ascension. The thing that you have to realize is that now we, incarnated inside of a physical human body, are processing information two ways. We're not just bringing it down, light codes down, we're translating it back up. So you have to be able to handle insane blasts of energy that are coming through you, which means that your circuits, all of your circuits, have got to come online. You've got to know what you're doing. You have to understand how to work with your energy, with your mind, with your physical body, with your breath, with your intention. Like, you can't be asleep anymore, you guys. You cannot be asleep inside of your body. Like, otherwise, you're really gonna hurt. It's going to feel like your body, like your cells, is being torn up from the inside out. Like, what was that movie? Gosh, sometimes there's movies where they were feeding people some kind of thing in order to grow, and then they would blow up from the inside. This is not telling you anything. It was like, I think it was one of the Iron Mans. And then Iron Man's girlfriend got kidnapped, and these guys were like giving them like hot lava thing that was making their body parts grow back, whatever, healing something or other. But I remember that from that movie, they would say, can you regulate? Because the blasts of light were so huge, they would intake this stuff, or they would take shots or whatever. And then they would say, can you regulate? Right? Like, can you regulate your body? Can you absorb? Can you transmute this energy to contain it inside your body? And I've always thought that's an interesting concept. Ding, ding, we're there. We are there right now. Because as the energy from heaven and earth connects through you, what's happening is it's activating all of the information in your DNA. Your DNA is going boom. It's going to start plugging into your brain. Okay, so it's like not only awakened DNA, it's going to start becoming functional. So it's starting to create pathways into your brain where it has to attach, and then it's going to start coming online, and then you're going to start having insane amounts of knowledge running through you. So you have to do the work for this. You have to be ready for this, because otherwise you're going to feel like your tissues are tearing apart, like your nervous system is tearing apart. And nobody wants to feel that. That's just not like pleasant, okay? So when you're feeling ascension symptoms, how do I say this? Ascension symptoms, when they're really heavy, they make you feel like there's nothing else you can do. Like it takes you off, right? Like you just have to deal with the thing. So sometimes that's the case and you have to handle them in the moment. As soon as you can breathe and function, get yourself to higher ground. Get yourself to integrating the higher frequencies and figuring out how to turn online all the circuitry in your body and do the work. Okay, this is the work that I teach you guys in the Metaphysical Mastermind. So all those of you in the Metaphysical Mastermind, I got you. We're doing this stuff together. We've already started the process. In fact, today, you guys, is the last day for registration into the Metaphysical Mastermind. We have module 3 on Thursday this week. So I am closing registration today because I really want you guys to have a chance to go through the welcome call, module 1 and module 2. Before we go into galactic history and what is actually going on in our system, on our planet right now, what's happening inside of your cells, what's happening inside of your blood, because it comes from the stars. So, and we're starting to understand karmic lineages that go beyond Earth, and that's the stuff that we're going to cover, like life before Earth and your heritage from the stars. Like, you have to get complete with your Earth shit now. Galactic chapter opening up next. This is happening for everybody. And obviously you see the world paralleling it, right? Like, I hope you're not missing out on this shit. Like, the fact that the world is shutting down and keeping everybody in like this pandemic state so that you're not paying attention to the fact of the things that's actually happening, because that's the part we need to pay attention to. So, Avatar Last Airbender shit. Yes, it's like that. It is like that. You guys, okay. So insured and stressed, trying to stay grounded and creative. Checking in with you relieves so much stress. Oh, I'm so glad. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I'm glad. Can't wait for that. Okay, good. I'm glad that you guys are with me. So it is important to stay grounded. It's just that our grounding is shifting, okay? So also, let me say this while we're talking about current events and current situations. There's a lot of stuff that's going around about, 3 days of darkness and possibly 3 days of phone lines off and Wi-Fi off and all of these things. There's references to the Bible. I mean, can it happen? Yeah, it's clearly on one of the timelines, okay? If you go and look, once you learn how to do this for yourself, you don't freak out at this shit anymore. So what happens is, and I don't know for sure whether it's happening or not. What I can tell you for sure, and Carrie and Kelsey will tell you this because they're in the Moonbabes team. Kelsey, we're going to announce that soon, so you guys will all get to know her too. We were going to do a 4-day event this next week, and my guides and angels were like, no, you're not doing that. Like, we had it all planned out, and then, this is how I live my life. It's like, nope, this is not happening now. This is happening now. We're going to do this later. We're going to bring this in now. So you have to like truly work with it. So it feels like something is happening. Something is shifting. I don't know whether it's this phone thing or not, but something definitely shifted. And then today when I connected with the earth and the earth is starting to translate back, I'm like, anything is possible now, because now the earth is talking to her higher self in the heavens, which means earth is also ascending, integrating, right? Like, so let's see what happens tomorrow. I mean, every day is a new day. We're going to find out what happens tomorrow. When you learn how to manage your energy and how to know these things, then you're not scared, because then you can check in with the earth, with the heavens, with your higher self, with your star team. And then you're like, okay, this is what we're doing. Okay. So then you don't have to be scared, because you always know. And this is like the biggest thing that I could ever teach you is you are your own sovereign being of light. You have to claim your power back. You have to know how to navigate the truth of who you are, reconcile yourself so that you know these things, because above all, the truth of who you are is who you are, and nobody can take that away from you. And when you connect with that, it's power, because everything comes from that. We just have so many layers of shit that we've accumulated through life cycles on Earth, okay? Don't be afraid to shed those. Let the shit go. It's like you have to let it go so that you can actually be who you really are and shine from the inside. Can't be scared of shit anymore. No more hiding in fucking spiritual closets, you guys. Did that come strong enough? for you. No more hiding in spiritual closets. A lot of people are like, I'm coming out of the spiritual closets. You have got to. There's no more time. The world needs you. The world needs to know what you know. The people need to know what you know. Okay? So no more hiding. Be yourself. Shine bright. Very important, because as you do that, then more layers come off and you can integrate more. Okay, so continuing this conversation about, the 3 days and whatever happens. If it does happen, know that it's 3 days, right? It's 3 days. It's not a big deal. We can all figure this out. It's not a big deal. If we don't see you online for 3 days, we'll see you in 3 days, right? I'll see you in the astral planes in the meantime. So take all these things in a way that's like, okay, I'm going to continuously receive guidance. I'm going to continue to receive guidance through my higher self. I am always guided. And yes, maybe you'll be able to, you will have to turn some corners, like I was going to do an event and now we're not, right? So it's like, okay, something important is happening, but I know and I trust myself and I trust the guidance to know that that's the right thing to do. And then you don't have to worry about it. Okay, I am Garen. I experienced my first earthquake at home in Salt Lake City. Oh, that's where I live too, last week, and it was traumatizing. I have something to tell you. I've been trying to peel that back and listen to the earth. Imagine 3 days without phones, what we may hear. Okay, very good point. And a lot of people were shaken up. So here's the thing. Because this may happen in a lot of different places, okay? Like with the earthquakes, because the earth is like rumbling. So you have to sync up with the earth in a way that you feel supported and you feel safe. And make sure that your house is like a sacred space. It's a sacred place where you are grounded, where your house is like, ground your house, your home with the earth. Pull down black tourmaline through the corners of your house and pull it all the way through. Okay, where I am at in Salt Lake, I'm up on like one of the hills, and we had a lot of people have a lot of things and damage from earthquakes. This house actually was really interesting because this house just sold. We're renting and we're moving, and this house didn't have any damage. They came through and they were all worried, and everybody was parking their cars on the street because it's like, don't park in your garage because the roof may fall. Like, whatever. My car was in the garage. It was always fine. Why? I ground the house. It's really easy. So you have to ground yourself and you ground the house. Now that doesn't mean that there's like higher levels earthquake that, where things can happen. But I can tell you this, that when you do the work for yourself and you do the work for your house and the house becomes sacred space and the earth recognizes and you flow the energy through, then you're in connection and you will always be held through the events. Maybe, if the whole house was to crumble, I would have been finding myself in the part of the house that didn't crumble. Does that make sense? Like, you will always be led to where you need to be because you will have that guidance. So make sure and ground your house. Let that go. Do not stay in the fear. Fear and feeling emotions of the past is like throwing an anchor to something that doesn't exist anymore and continuing to make it real and bringing it into your present. This is the reason why people don't get over relationships and hurts, and then they manifest that shit in the next relationship, because they keep the hurts of the last relationship alive like an anchor, balls and chains, and they bring them into the present and then they manifest again. So make sure that you let that go. Shed the layers. You have to find, it's very important that you find the safety. This is why I say, I shared this on the course page actually for the Metaphysical Mastermind, and I explained to you guys my intention for that course, for everything that I do, but specifically my intention for the Metaphysical Mastermind is that if everything was taken from you, right? Like if you were to find yourself like in the middle of like a complete reset, that you just being yourself, going inside of you, would have all the tools and knowledge necessary without even moving to create with your mind, with your energy, with your soul, with your heart, with your breath, with your intention. And you would be able to recreate a world around you of the world that you want. That's power. When you feel like you know how to navigate no matter what, you know how to talk to the earth and the energy and the things and the heavens and your higher self and your angels and get the guidance and like understand that. That's power. okay? Because we don't know. Our reality is shifting. We don't know what's going to happen. So if you have that connection, which this is the thing that has always historically through the centuries been tried to be taken away, right? That's why they have churches where there's like one person that receives the knowledge only. And, you know, like you have to listen to these people or you have to listen to the government. That's why it's been like that, because they want to cut off your personal guidance. That's the most precious thing that you can have, right? Energy is the most precious currency. We're clearly seeing that now. Energy for good health, energy for knowing, energy to do things, like energy to keep moving, all of that. It's so important. Okay. Yes, that is what me and a lot of my psychic friends have been saying. Stand in your truth now. Yeah, it's very important. You have to go full out, like full heart in, no holding back. Like you have to be 100% raw. That's the only place where your safety is. It's counterintuitive, but that's how it works, you guys. So, yeah, Carrie says 3 days of meditation, no Wi-Fi and no cell phone, 3 days of meditations. Yes, that is right. Hi, loves. Hi, Ashley. I see you. I heard the earth humming, rumbling this morning in Canada. Amazing. Yes, the earth was definitely singing today, exchanging information back for sure. So, selling your house too. I am Garen. What a weird time. I will ground my home regardless. Thank you for reading my comment and responding. Absolutely. I hope that was helpful. Find your connection, find the peace. Also, you guys, I'll tell you this now. I haven't really been able to share it, but I feel like I can now. Here in Salt Lake, we have incredible crystals. We're in Utah, and they are throughout the earth. There are crystals that are alive inside of the earth. And here in Salt Lake, we have crystals from Andromeda. And they are, okay, well, they're in Salt Lake. I'm not going to tell you exactly where they are, but they're close to the earth. And I always have to check in and make sure. They have been holding knowledge that's coming up at this time. So there are crystals, there are along the ley lines, there's many things all over the world that nobody has really ever talked about that you only discover as you learn to meditate and navigate the depths of your soul. Okay, so here in Salt Lake, particularly, the activity is also relative to our Andromedan people. So if you look, those of you that are in Utah, look over like the downtown and the west side area, and you'll see, and also where the mine is, you'll see lots of shit. Over the mine, not so friendly. Over downtown and the lake area, friendly, okay? Like you'll start to see, we have constant people coming in and out here. And so you start to recognize the ships, you start to recognize the shape of the clouds. Like you start to really feel it and see it, and it's an exchange. And so crystals hold knowledge, they hold light. And so it's depository information. Like there's so much going on that we don't see with our physical eyes. So, yes, I want Andromedan crystals. This is why they probably are saying, don't tell exactly where they are. They have to stay on the earth. I love you. Okay. Zenji. I think that's how you say it. Myself and quite a few of my spiritual friends have been experiencing many visits from Archangel Michael with different messages for all of us. Mine is this frequency of different colors. I love it. Yes, the angels are here. The realms are merged. Also happened as of today. So the merged, like if you have people on the other side, like grandparents, call them. They're like literally here. There is no more, like everybody's here in it together. As of right now, as of today, the realms are merged. Is that how we want to say it? But where the veil is, right? Like keeping distance between dimensions, it's gone. So they're here. I was literally today trying to explain that to my sweet mother in Italy. I was like, Mom, Grandma's back on Earth. You can call her and she will come to you. And she was like, how do I do that? So if this is you, okay, if you've never done this before and if you've never called an ancestors over, get grounded, clear your breath, get into clear space. You don't want to attract anybody else, okay? You don't want to get into any of the entities or any of that, like people that will trick you. So clear your space, okay? If you don't know how to clear your space, you got to learn how to clear your space. I have free resources on my website you can go check out. So clear your space, make sure you're clear, make sure you feel like you're in positive energy. If you feel fear inside of you, not clear. Okay, that's a good way of saying. Get grounded, get connected, get tuned in. Get into a place where you feel like you're in your heart. Tune into your heart, ground to the earth. Tune into your heart, ground to the earth. Okay, set up the exchange. Then think of a time where you felt super close to like your grandma, your grandpa, your aunt, like, or your children, for those of you who have children that passed on, whoever passed on, if you want to call anyone, okay? And think back to like a memory or a feeling that reminds you of their energy, that feeling that you would get around them, okay? Try and stick with like their energy, not like the pain of them leaving or the pain associated with their loss. That's a different frequency, okay? Just think about like a happy moment that you had with them at some point. And because sometimes we attach like human feelings and you have to go beyond that. So you tap into their energy signatures, basically. That's what you're doing, okay? So tap into their energy signatures. We do that by feeling. Feelings are like they are magnetic, so they will magnetize the people to you, right? They will send out the impulse, law of attraction. So they'll come and ask them to talk to you, to give you a sign. You'll recognize them because they'll feel the same way that they do energetically when they were around in physical life. And you'll feel them around. You'll be like, oh my gosh, it smells like you, grandma, right? Or whatever, whoever it is. So it's a lot of fun. They're starting to work with us, which tells me that we're getting down to the shit we came to Earth for. So yes. Okay. Are we staying merged, or is this a portal? That's a good question. I don't think there's any going back from here. I mean, it's kind of like, I think, as long as we continue in this timeline or a higher timeline, I think we're staying together. When we did, at the end of last year, there was the 1111 portal. Do you guys remember that? That's when the 12th dimensional frequencies hit planet Earth. And I was like, holy shit, like 12D is on Earth. And a lot of light workers were like, oh my God, that has to be for like a window of time. There's no way we can ground 12D already. But we held it down, and it stayed. It didn't go away. So it stayed. So I really think it's going to stay. I really think that this is a merge that we're going to be able to hold, especially with this global meditation that we're doing on the 4th. You guys, make sure that you get on that. I'm sharing a Zoom link that's going to come via my email, and I'll also share it here. I'll share it everywhere that it can be shared, and then you guys can reshare it too, to do a free meditation that's organized by the people at, crap, I can't remember what it's called. It's like in 5D or something like that. It's a global meditation. I'm sure most of you have seen it going around. I'm fully in support of what they're doing, so I'm supporting them, and I am offering my help to guide you through the astral planes and do this work. We're going to flip up the Ascension timelines. We're going to drop the old timeline together, the 3D shit that has to go, and we're going to jump up. So with enough of us, we can do this on a collective level. This is the stuff that us light workers, grid keepers, portal keepers, we do this constantly for our own selves and our lives, right? But when we all do it together, we can do it for the Earth. We can actually do it for the planet. If there's enough of us, then we can tip the scales for the planet. So definitely join for that, okay? Blessings. Oh, love. So much love to you guys. I hope so. This energy is amazing, and the clarity coming through is phenomenal. Yes. So this is why. So use it. Use this time at home to turn off your television and to meditate and connect with your team. This is really, the stay-at-home movement. That's what I wanted to be about, not because of anything else. Anyways, okay. So this is really the message. The Earth is translating the codes now. Be open to receiving. Be open to really get to that next level. Be open to doing things that you've never done before as you're being guided to, okay? It's very important that you really get to not just get to know your higher self. You've got to work with them from the inside. It's an inside job now. You have to reconcile many multi-dimensional layers inside of yourself, inside of your cells. Your body, your physical body is really busy. Do you remember how at the end of last year was a very mental, emotional year, and we were like, shit, this next level of ascension is going to be physical. Here we are, okay? Keep your body as your temple of light. And we're doing this thing. We're ascending the planet. We're ascending ourselves. This is like full embodiment time. So you have to pull down your entire soul, which is not just you and your higher self. You know this, right? Like it's you through time and space and planes of existences. So it's a big job. You have to expand through time and space, through all of these dimensional layers, which means you have to reconcile a lot inside of you. Okay? That's the job. You're up for it. You're up for it. You know why? Because you're here on earth right now, right here. So you signed up for this stuff. This is the thing that we came for. So get excited about it. Get your energy behind it. Get in on this movement. We're going to be doing amazing things. And then lastly, the Metaphysical Mastermind is closing the doors tonight. Registration closes at midnight, and you're going to... You'll probably get a couple hours extra because I don't ever really close it at midnight. I'm such a bad liar, you guys, about these things. Like I want to tell you, like jump on it before midnight, but then I don't really close it because I go to bed so late. I usually go to bed between like 1 and 4 a.m. I'm such a moon girl. I stay up with the stars, I talk, I meditate, I cross over. It's a beautiful time for me to be awake. So the Metaphysical Mastermind is where I teach you all of the next level occult, secret, ancient knowledge, the mystery school stuff, coupled with knowledge that I have downloaded through many years, and also real-time knowledge, obviously, as it comes through me through a course that's online for 10 weeks. We are 2 weeks in. It's been amazing. The miracles and the next level healing that is already happening. It's like blowing my mind. It makes my heart so happy. So this is where I teach you everything from how to work with your energy to how to turn on your pineal gland, how to connect your third eye, all the systems inside of your body, to how to clear through your star lineage to figure out where you came from, what planet, what stars, your history, how to use all of the ancient teachings that are now becoming available again on Earth. And yeah, all of that stuff that has been kept secret, which obviously are things that we can't quite exactly talk about on open channels like this because then our videos get shut down. But anyways, the thing is that knowledge is available in writing in a lot of places, and symbols are available. However, nobody really tells you what it means, right? Or what to do with it. It's like it has become cool symbols of New Age culture, but do you actually know what to do with it and how to work with it inside of your body? That's the part that we're going to take you through in the Metaphysical Mastermind, because then it's not just things that you stare at that look cool and like, oh, hey, I know about my third eye, but you're actually using it. And when you use your third eye, this is when multidimensionality happens. This is when you can connect to yourself beyond time and space. That's the truth of when you open up your pineal gland. And there's ways to do it. And for a lot of people, this puts so much perspective in life, just even being able to do that, because then you transcend your current experience. You remember who you are. This is how you know if you've actually successfully opened your pineal gland. You actually know who you are beyond Earth. If you know that, then your third eye is open. If you don't know that, get to work. Right here, babes. Right here. Okay? So when this opens, you think of your experience on Earth like a moment in time, and everything comes into perspective. So it shifts completely your existence, and then everything begins to make sense. And it's like this intense time. For me, it really unraveled over the course of like a couple of years. And I started like, because the information is so much that you're just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, right? And then you put all the dots together of life on Earth and of life before Earth. And this is how the Metaphysical Mastermind is born, is through all this information that I have been able to access through myself, through different layers of existence. So it's pretty damn awesome. So you learn how to, and this is how I've been able to just look at things that exist now in books or in writing, but nobody really teaches you, but they have come alive for me because you have to do it through yourself. So this is why I can teach you this stuff. I hope that this makes sense. So for those of you that feel the call of the soul for, this next level, then check it out. It's on my website. It's moonbabetribe.com. I was often asked over the past couple of years to put together a course like an X-Men school, a school for the gifted, for those that were coming on to like their special powers. They were seeing things, feeling things, hearing things, right? All of these different things that were happening. And so it's like, what do we do with it? We need guidance. Like, I don't know how to use this. I don't know what this means. I'm like this ringing in my ears, this palpitations, this stuff that I'm seeing in my hands, like all sorts of things. This is for you. If that's you, that's why I created this course for, because then you learn how to work with your gifts and your energy and actually move through time and space and remember who you are. So it's super exciting. Check it out, moonbabetribe.com, and then click on Metaphysical Mastermind. It's the link in my bio, okay? I'll take any questions that you have on that. Oh, and also let me tell you this. I have added a 6-month payment option. You just have to scroll down a little bit on the payment page. So if you go to the course page and then you go all the way down, click on payment options, scroll down. I had to work with PayPal on making it happen. So just read the thing of how it works. It just works a little bit. Aesthetically, it works different. It looks different, but it works perfect. It's 6 months. And so a lot of people have been able to join because of that. So make sure you check that out. Okay. Ciara, I love your work, especially during these times. Last live, you said a woman had a resting bitch face, and it triggered me because I know some women who struggle with smiling because of jaw stuff. How do I heal from that? Because I do love your work. Okay, so that's a different thing. So let me say this and preface it. Disclaimer. There are definitely people that have their own, things and their own, the reason why it comes up. So for some people, that's how it is. I have friends that don't smile. It's just a natural state of being. But when someone does that on purpose and you can see the plastic surgery that went into it, that's when I feel like I can talk about it in a way that's like, maybe don't try so hard. But this is my perception. So whenever you come on my lives and you feel like, oh my God, she just said that for real, okay? This is how you figure it out. If it triggers you, then it triggers something in you that has to be looked at and transmuted. I am a very, open person. So I'll say things as they come through. And sometimes it's not for everybody to listen to. I'm very direct. I'm Italian. It kind of comes with the territory. But also I've learned to be unfiltered because this is how truth comes out. Now, with that being said, everything is coming through filtered by my personality, right? As much as I give you as much of the raw information. So this is always what you want to do with people that you follow. This is a good rule for everyone. Take what works, leave what doesn't. And if something really bothers you, then it means that it triggered something inside of you that probably needs to be healed. And it may not be about me or the woman or the person, but there may be something that's relating to that, right? Where there's a judgment. Because my mentor Gary would always say, when somebody tells you something and you find like it hurts you in like a way that like you're offended, then you really have to look at the 10% of the shit that sticks. That's what he would call it. If somebody throws garbage at you, you have to look at the 10% of the shit that sticks, because that's the shit that you need to deal with. Okay. So again, this is very direct, but it renders the point. And it may not be, again, about any of the things that we talked about, but it's triggering something inside of you that has to be cleared. So I hope that makes sense. Okay. My hands, girl, my hands. Oh, you're feeling things in your hands? Yeah, hands activations are like a big thing. So let's go back to talk about our superpowers. So yeah, lots of things are happening in the hands. This is where your flow of energy and healing energy goes to. So yeah, these are superpowers. There's so much going on. I could talk forever, but let me try and answer if there's any other questions. Okay. I love you all. Oh, stay safe, stay healthy, raise the vibe, stay grounded. I love you. Thank you, sis. Judy, you're the best. Thank you guys. Okay, so I'm glad that this was helpful. We are here on purpose. I don't know what you mean. Sign, I see you. Tell them what we are. Star seeds made from the stars. Oh, by the way, let's talk about bloodlines really quick, okay? Because, and I mean like the actual blood. If you don't know your blood type, this is a good time to find out, because there's so many places that like you can drop in, like at the Red Cross, and like, you know, find out your blood type, or just find out through your birth certificate, or I don't know. It's different in many countries. There are different lines of knowledge, information, gifts, awarenesses, shit to be resolved that gets passed down through bloodlines. In addition to family lines, it's also through your blood type. Everyone that has negative RH blood, okay, all of you with negative RH blood, the negative, so it's like A or B or 0 or whatever, or O, negative. And then there's A, B, not C. A, B, and O, positive. So the negative or the positive. The negative is a factor that's called the RH factor, which means what it actually refers to is they can't track a part of the blood to anything that exists on Earth. So it's untraceable. So it's basically not Earth blood. And you're a star seed. If your RH is negative, okay, you're a star seed, and it was actually like something that happened here on Earth, because it's extraterrestrial. You have the extraterrestrial blood, basically, is what's going on. So it's very obvious. If you have, and you can research this, like 8 to 25% of the population, it's growing now, has RH negative blood. There are specific things. It started in Europe. There was like a city where a lot of people had RH negative blood, and then it evolved from there. There's a lot of things attached to that. Women have to get a shot when they're pregnant and they have a baby that doesn't have the same blood type, because the blood actually thinks that the baby is an alien. This is the stuff that they actually do in hospitals. They just don't really explain to you what it is. They just know that the mother's blood attacks the child's the child, because it recognizes this thing as like an invasion. This is because it's like a different species, okay? So this stuff is like really real. We just haven't been like awakened to it in a way that's integrated in our lives. Everybody with O blood, with the 0, with the O, universal donors kind of blood, and all of that. It's a completion, and I'm figuring that you won't find this stuff anywhere. I'm seeing this as, I mean, and if you do, I would love for you to tell me, because these are things that are coming to me through doing work with clients and through different courses that I've put together. Like I remember in 2017 when I launched the Sacred Chakras Journey, and people were starting to talk about working with your guides, the Akashic Records. Like it was starting to be like, I was at the forefront of this movement. And now everybody knows what the Akashic Records are, right? And that your chakras are not just 7, that there's 13, there's chakras outside of the body and all these things. Anyways, all of a sudden we had this conversation in the Sacred Chakras Journey Facebook group, in the private group that we have for the course. And the majority of the people in the group had RH negative blood. An accident? I don't think so, right? We know better. So in any case, it was very evident the kind of people that are attracted, right, to the work and the courses and what I do. So then I started digging into that more, and this has been since 2017. I was very much like, whoa, into that. So I realized that the 0, all of you that have 0s, you are here to integrate. It's like a different job. Star seeds are here particularly to exchange intergalactic records. So you have to reconcile with your records before Earth. Just like we can't just do the Akashic Records. You have to go to like your home star records of knowledge to bring them to the Earth. With people that have the O blood, you're reconciling literally the wars of heaven inside of you. There's a different level of trauma that has to be reconciled inside of you. It was almost like you were, that bloodline is infused with all the different parts of all of the different star systems and the pieces of what needs to be reconciled so that it could be reconciled inside to manifest outside, right? There's different scope, I want to say, different jobs. And they get, I mean, it makes sense, right? Because things get passed down through blood. Blood retains information, just like the diseases and the carriers of this gene or the carriers of whatever, right? The information passes through the blood. A positives are a lot of like, it's more, they have a different connection to the magical, I can't say it, magical realms of the earth, the fairies, the devas, the earth kingdoms. There's a different energy to their work that has to do with magic in a very specific earth kind of magic way. So there's different assignments for everybody. There's different unfoldings. And this is a longer conversations. But anyways, you guys get the point. Figure out what you're carrying in your blood. Okay. My brain is blowing right now. Makes so much sense. Okay, good. Have you seen most people get COVID have A blood types? Really? Is that really a thing, Gabriella? I would love to know more about that. Is interesting. That is interesting. I'm going to look that up if that's actually like a statistic, because there has to be a relation to that. And this is a good point. So thanks for bringing it up, because I haven't thought about like actually looking if there's a blood connection. So, okay. Negative blood. Yep. Okay, Ciara says, thank you so much, Sense. Beautiful answer, thank you. Okay, good. I'm so glad. I love you all always. So it's a good time to break curses? Yes, you have to break curses. The time is now. Don't wait any longer. This is the moment, okay? If there's like bloodline, you have to let them go. You can't carry them on anymore. Otherwise, it'll feel like venom inside. It'll feel like venom. I don't know exactly like how else to say it more specifically than that. Get rid of those. We're doing bloodline work in the Metaphysical Mastermind, and then in another one of my courses, which was called the Crash Course. By the way, side note, I just put that like on sale the other day. For all of you that are new to the concept of Ascension, if you don't know where to start, I created a course called the Crash Course. You can do it in a weekend, maybe two. And it has a very powerful bloodline clearing meditation where we go to the Great Central Sun and do it together. It's so powerful, you literally feel the shift in your physical body like that, okay? So very, very important. So, okay. I'm looking to see where we're at with the time. I think we're good. But you have to get this stuff down now. Okay, Lauren, when I was getting a blood transfusion, I was starting to feel numb and freezing, and I told the nurse. He looked up and his only response was, oh, negative blood. Let me get you some blankets. Ha! So, you have negative blood, Lauren? Yeah? Obviously at some point, do you see what I mean? Like the blood has a different reaction to the things that happen. So negative blood, whether it was coming in or you have negative blood, there's a difference there. It doesn't do well. Oh, see, here we go. 1 minute remaining. Okay. I love you guys. Italian population is mainly A type. Interesting. I'm going to look at that, Gabriella. I am Italian and I am negative. I'm not type A, I'm type B. RH negative. Yeah, you guys are figuring it out. Yeah, the negative. Okay, so I love you. What a good conversation. We've talked for another hour. I love you guys. Happy Monday Night Live. Hopefully this will download and go on YouTube. Make sure you check out the Metaphysical Mastermind. Tonight's the last night. Moonbabetribe.com is the website. Here at Moonbabes and the Light Tribe on Instagram, you can click the link in my bio and go straight to it. Message me for any questions. I'll be up late. It's my night. I love you. Mwah. Love you, love you, love you. I will see you here. Oh, what happened? Oh, dang. Or Instagram. Let me download this. You guys, we're still on. Are we really still on? End. Oh my gosh.